for all this. He said that he wants to put something back into Sri Lanka, and this was the project. So he got some space in the capital, Sri Jawadanapura, and I was very fortunate to work with him. Unfortunately, he passed away, 2 years into the project, but thanks to Sierra and their, support, we all came together and finished the project, which is, I think, and I personally put a lot of effort into it, and it was nice to see something which was started and completed. So, like the good old days, the Ruwan Valley Sayars and these huge chaityas, my father was involved in building Somavati Chaitya, where the Buddha's right tooth relic is enshrined. I consider this also in that, it's not a spiritual place, but certainly it gave me a lot of courage to go forward, because I really went through, I went into the site the first day. I always wear national, taking my sarong right up because it was a paddy field, and now it's a beautiful 12-story building sitting right across. It's very close to your premises here, and it was a challenge, a lot of problems. We went through about 3 changes of government, but still in a very short period. But still we completed, and it's decent living in the 2000 Plaza. Yeah.
Well, that's a part of the disposition of Janakendra Singha from his school days to his days in the US, and how he pursued in business. Now, something very interesting new, Mr. Endra Singha, is that though you come from a well-established, rich business family, one could introduce you to be very hedonistic, introvert, extrovert type of youth, since you come from a well-established business family, which is almost commonplace in modern world. Like when your parents are rich, when you are 100% sure that you have this enough financial background, maybe you become complacent and take things for granted, and you become very materialistic in your life. But I see a reversal in you. I have, in few occasions that I have met you and spoken to you, you always dwell on the subjects like the royal qualities of leadership, the importance of following the middle path, and you are always talking about the simplicity. To be frank with you, in first few instances, I was thinking whether you were trying to deceive me by with all these words such as simplicity, being down to earth, which is hardly seen in today in modern world. So I'm sure that you have learned a lot from your father's life for you to groom yourself as the simple man you are today. One aspiration in your life that you wanted to be a simple man. So would you like to share your experiences and the learnings that you had from your father's life?
Yeah, Mahesh, actually what you mentioned about richness is something which we bring about, richness to me is really the quality of life and your personal contentment. And the contentment can only come through simplicity, being happy with what you get, and leading a simple life in that regard. True, we were blessed with Amma and Tata gave us enough and more. In that little thing I wrote also, it's mentioned, by the way. We have had some down times, which all people go through. This is a sign of cycle, yeah. But all those things are cause and effect, and like the Ashtaloka Dharma, yeah. It all blends together, where one has to realize that we are not going to take anything what's around you. Okay, I think sooner every one of us realize that you will not have that craving. Unfortunately, you see that in this society today to a great deal. You know, if you get 100 rupees, one wants 1,000 rupees. If you get 1,000 rupees, one wants 10,000 rupees, and so on and so forth. And now the amounts are in millions and billions. I mean, this is all we hear all day long. But thanks to Amma and Tata and our upbringing, I must say my family members also, all my 3 sisters and brother, they are very simple people, you know. They don't, my brother, something he used to always say is, though I can possibly drive a Mercedes Benz, I would be happy in my Nissan Sunny. And now he drives a Maruti. Okay, so, you know, that's what, you know, our family is all about.
This is, that's right, this is something that we really can't believe as happens in modern day, in practical life, because we see when people become richer and richer, they want to accrue more worldly life tools, such as cars, houses, new house, new clothes. So
you're right, Mahesh. That's what we all want, but with that is a lot of unhappiness too. Okay. I mean, all these guys who are going in Mercedes and BMWs, you know, when the payments come, it's tough for them to meet also. But they make, you know, they borrow, they do whatever they can and make it happen. Why they want to show the world a different scenario there. I think we need to get away from that. I think we need to be just ourselves, do what you can do with whatever the means you have. And Amma and Tata really clearly showed us that middle path, and, you know, living a very, very simple life. And I think practicing that is that much easier. I mean, I consider myself now, you know, I can easily pack a bag and get lost, and I can live anywhere with contentment, you know. But good old days, even I had some cravings, you know, I want to be this, that, but all that, and no sooner you give that away, you know, a bigger thing rises in the path of your contentment, your happiness, you know. And that has been it's practice basically. It's basically practice, and not necessarily getting too involved with you know, businesses and money making avenues and what have you. You know, I was exposed to all that. True, but I also decided, you know, the time has come. You know, we all, I mean, we're not arahats. Yeah, we make mistakes, but it's better to realize that and you know, sort of take the path where, you know, you get closer to Nibbana, because that's where we all want to be.
Well, what I'm pondering over is the fact that in a cutthroat environment of business, how can you continue to be a simple person? Maybe you are one in a million situation where you have been able to groom yourself to be a simple man, because the business environment within which you operate influences you to be a complicated man. Now, you are a devout Buddhist. What the learnings or teachings of the Lord Buddha or Buddhism that you emulated to be a successful businessman as well as a successful simple man who you are today?
First of all, small correction. I don't want to consider myself a businessman anymore. Yeah, I'm out of that field as such, and I don't get too involved in business. But having said that, we all need, you know, living to do things, and that I think I have now organized myself through this project where little rental income and what have you comes, and I continue my work. Answering your question, it's the 5 precepts. It's nothing but the 5 precepts. That for a Buddhist, I think. But if you look at from any religion, 10 commandments for the Christians, and so on and so forth. It's the guidance given to live a simple life. Every religion talks about the same thing basically, and that's, I think we need to understand that we need not have any conflict with others, but understand one's beliefs and work with it. So like I said, I give a lot of credit to my mother and father, and again, seeing what Tata did, I think it has put me to this path, and I'm very content right now that that's the way to be and that's the way to go about, and not necessarily craving for anything at all, for that matter, has given me the opportunity to be happy with what I get, and I live a very simple life.
Well, at the very beginning of this discussion, you mentioned that we require